Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today we're continuing the storyline of the Osean Navy. But there is a guest starring, if you will, of Admiral Miklos Horthy from the Miklos Horthy storyline. It is quite the intro. I'm doing something a bit different here today, so let me know how you like it. The story that I'm about to read follows directly onto the previous scenario. In the previous scenario I had an Austro-Hungarian fleet engage Osea, and I needed to counter it. It was supposedly sent by Admiral Horthy, but recent events have shown that that might not be the case. With only 2 enemy battleships remaining and ammo getting lower by the minute with not much to show in return, you give the order to cease fire and return to port. It is then you hear from the spotter, "Signal lamp spotted. Estimated range, 40,000 meters." Inquiring on the message, the reply from the spotter is, "I am Supreme Admiral Miklos Horthy of the glorious Austro-Hungarian Navy. Hold fire." Soon a fleet of 25 ships has reached your position and the 2 remaining Austro-Hungarian battleships are taken control of by Horthy's fleet. Horthy greets you with a hug and says, "It's been too long, my friend. However, I owe you an explanation first." He tells you that the fleet you engaged was manned by a rogue faction of Austro-Hungarian sailors and officers who built the ships in secret. When the High Command learned this fleet existed and was now missing, he was dispatched to handle the traitors as he saw fit. Seeing as you took care of it for him, he tells you to keep the remaining battleships to compensate for the Osean ships that were lost. The traitorous sailors will be taken back to face punishment, and he would let High Command know that all rogue ships were disposed of. It is now October 1938. The weather is perfect for the mood. Cloudy, rainy, and cold. Sadly, the much-loved and respected High Admiral has died in his sleep. As you and the other officers stand by his graveside, you know the only question on everyone's mind is the same. Who will fill his position? Normally, the Vice Admiral would, but he retired just a few days before the High Admiral passed away. While those in attendance slowly begin to leave the cemetery, you continue to stand in the rain, glad that it's raining because it hides your tears. Once everyone else has left, you kneel at the headstone, and you swallow the lump in your throat just enough to say 2 words. Goodbye, Dad. The meeting has now been called for all officers of senior commander and higher rank to discuss who will fill the 2 vacancies. After a week of deliberating, you have been chosen to become the new High Admiral, based on your accomplishments so far. Meanwhile, a promising young senior commander has been chosen to be your Vice Admiral. As the new High Admiral, you know that Osea's military only consists of an army and a navy. We've decided that while other nations are building aircraft carriers, Osea will stick to the more traditional vessels. The main reasons being that building a carrier and training pilots to land on one will take too long and cost too much, because aircraft will also have to be built or purchased. Recently, you've received word that both the French and the Germans are building new 65,000 plus ton battleships in response to the Kestrel-class battleship that you received from the US. And whispers of rumors are the Japanese are planning something codenamed Orochi. So, you have put forth an aggressive proposal to put your mega dry dock to good use. You have even gone so far as to request building assistance from the US, and they were more than happy to help. This proposal, codenamed Project R, will consist of building a new class of 3 super battleships in only 5 years. Given the assistance from the US and the captured Italian sailors from 5 years ago, there should be ample manpower to do it. The lead ship, your future command ship, is a bit nostalgic for you, and its return follows an old Osean legend, the Razgriz. According to the legend, when history witnesses a great change, Razgriz reveals itself, first as a dark demon. As a demon, it uses its power to rain death upon the land, and then it dies. However, after a period of slumber, Razgriz returns, this time as a great hero. The plan for the Razgriz calls for an unimaginable 115,000 tons, sporting a main armament of 12 18-inch guns in 4 turrets, secondaries of 2 to 4 triple 8-inch, 12 dual 6-inch, and dual 4-inch guns. 4 quad 22-inch torpedo launchers are even optional. What will make the Razgriz class even more impressive is their top speed of 28 knots. In the meantime, the Kestrel-class battleships and the Bridgeport-class heavy cruisers, which sported 15 11-inch guns against the Italian invasion, are being overhauled. The B turret and triple hull on the heavy cruisers and the B turret on the battleships are being removed, and the saved displacement will be integrated into double hulls, improved armor, and port and starboard quad torpedo launchers. The Kestrel-class battleships will be increased from 55,000 tons to 85,000 tons, using one of the Austro-Hungarian battleships that were gifted by Supreme Admiral Horthy, and the other will be refitted to become the third Kestrel-class battleship. In addition, the 15-inch guns will be replaced by the newer 16-inch guns, and the Bridgeport class will replace the triple 11-inch guns with triple 10-inch. The Bridgeport class is now also being redesigned as the Yukon class. However, it appears that the French have eaten one too many snails and have approached you with a proposed war game. Both navies will take part in a simulated battle, but there is a catch. If the French win, they get one of your 85,000-ton Kestrel-class battleships. If you win, you get one of their 70,000-ton Alsace-class battleships. Each navy may have no more than 12 ships, and each ship displacement cannot exceed 20,000 tons. The final condition is that each fleet must have at least 2 classes of ship, and no capital ships are allowed. This is your first test as the new High Admiral. Make your father proud. Alright, the French have elected to go with their 4 heavy cruisers, 4 lights, and 4 destroyers. I can do the same. I just need to make sure that ship classes are no heavier than 20,000 tons. And I'm reading this as a ship itself cannot be heavier than 20,000 tons, because if you set that restriction for a fleet, then you would have a couple of really, really small ships. Let's have a look. What sort of ship's class shall we run with? Alright, so a heavy cruiser build. I want the ship to be capable of defeating various different threats. We get the modern tower 2 and 1. This is the stern tower. Modern tower 1 only for the bow. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a large hull for this. Considering the size of the hull, I'm going to need a good Hydra system, because this is going to be a big ship. Current turn circle, 695. That is a chunky ship. So, let's get Sonar 3 installed. Modest radar and coincidence 5 rangefinders, because these things are most likely going to be close in rather than afar. Citadel, all or nothing. Range is a bit much. When it comes to speed, I think... Nah. If I set it to 28... Yeah, that allows for quite a bit of displacement. It also means that I don't have to spend a ton on funnels to make sure that this thing is going to be capable of getting up to its engine efficiency. There. Can I go with an advanced funnel? I would rather have 2 of these. 2 of the 310s. To make sure that if one of them gets hit, the other one is still functional, and I hopefully maintain my engine efficiency. Main guns? 9-inch. 9-inch duals. And same thing on the stern. We're a bit front heavy. There. Now we're a bit aft heavy. Just pull this thing slightly forward. Doesn't have to be too much. There we go. Alright. Secondary armament. Can we fit 5-inch guns neatly and snugly in these positions? No. I can fit them there. Here they're gonna struggle to turn. So that's most likely gonna be 4-inchers. Yeah, let's just go for 4-inchers as secondaries here. It's generally the easiest, and it just fits the ship the most. Okay. So these have a good field of fire. We can engage all targets. When it comes to torpedo launchers, could be useful having some. See, here they won't turn, but here they will. They will slightly interfere with the turret rotation here, but it shouldn't be that bad. Let's get some barbette thickness installed. I'm going to have my turrets rotate slightly faster, and I have an enhanced loading system. I'm not going to go for max, because because I still want to tack on some armor. Torpedoes. 21-inch electrics. These are not short-range weapon systems. These are more to deal with things as they get close. Some parts are badly placed. Would you care to highlight that? The torpedo launchers are badly placed. Okay. It's probably because I changed the diameter. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if I put a launcher on there and say they're just going to be 18, 19 inches. There we go. Now they fit again. It's just that the 21s are so big that they don't properly fit. 20 inch? 20 inches working. Okay. So, this is mostly to just break up a formation and force a ship to change direction. I'm going to go with heavy shells. I will take a double bottom. And when it comes to an auxiliary engine, it's going to be important just to make sure I can turn nicely. These ships are not particularly well designed to go fully bow in, because they have half their firepower on the stern, so I'm going to have to go with a bit more belt armor. Let's say 5 inches, if I can make that work. 6 works. 6-inch mid-belt. Oh, sorry, that's the mid-deck. How much can a... what is that? 11-inch gun do at most? 36-inch. That's a lot. 23-inch at 10,000 meters. So I would need to get something like that. And then 9-inch here and 9-inch there. The guns, I want to have 12... no, make that 15 inches of armor as well. 5-inch top armor. 4-inch... no. Oh, that's maxed out. The 4 inches is 1.6. Okay, fine. Fine, we will run with that. Dual barrel 2 inchers on some of the open positions. There. 5.6 aft weight offset. Caused by me having torpedo launchers on the sterns. You have those on the bows as well? Yeah, but they won't turn properly and they'll be in the way of this turret. The thing is, I can no longer freely pick up this whole thing. No, I can! Okay, nice. Never mind. I thought I couldn't pick it up because the 4 inchers are now attached. There. Perfect balance. Perfect balance. This means that I could arguably shift the secondary tower forward and improve the position of the torpedo launchers. So shift these things forward and turn them into quads. There. I still have a 4 weight offset now. Oh crap. The game definitely needs a Ctrl Z feature. That just replaces all the stuff that I accidentally deleted. Turrets. Quad launcher. Okay. 1.7. It's going to be slightly difficult to compensate for. 0.6, 0.4, 0.2, 0.2 is okay. There. I think that's our ship. So that means that I still have quite a bit left to up-armor the superstructure. To, well, 3.5 inches would be great. I cannot quite get there, but this should be sufficient. The reason why I want superstructure armor is to make sure that I can at least tank some of the shells that are going to be pumped out by destroyers and light cruisers. Okay, so that's the ship done. This is the Wolfsburg. Let's put her to the test. Here we are, 12 versus 12. May the best navy win. My heavy cruisers I designed myself. I want all of these gentlemen to be in one formation, so the Leoben is going to join the div. What do we have here? What have you designed? AI. Litha. Many bulkheads, spacious quarters, decent amount of crew, regular trained, loads of 6-inch. Just would have preferred it if more of those were on the bow. Torpedo launcher, good lord, that's that's a lot of torpedo launchers. Out to 12, okay. And 2-inch guns all over the place. Turning circle not stellar. Acoustic sonar 3. Great destroyer hunters. Follow the heavy cruisers. Okay, and what do we have here? The DDs. The Balaton 1s through 4. 36.5 knots. Carrying 4 single 5-inch guns. 1 dual 3. 2 2-inch guns, singular, and a triple torpedo launcher. 12.3 clicks, 19-inch. Very good. You gentlemen. Let's see where the enemy fleet is and where they're going. They're coming to me. Okay. Strategy. Make sure that the heavy cruisers turn broadside and open up against the French. That means that the French are going to keep steaming down this way. I'm going to keep my destroyers pushing the other way. So we're going to head that way, turn there, and try and torpedo them from the side. I think the torpedo or the collision avoidance is going to be a little bit of an issue here. Heavy cruiser speed, 20-25 knots. Of course, until they sort themselves out, and then the light cruisers follow suit. Perfect. Heavy cruisers on the enemy fleet. What do we have here? What have the French provided? The French have provided a ship that only has 6 8-inch guns, but they're a menace to destroyers. 4-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch. They have 60, 70, 72-inch guns. Okay. You gotta be sure to kill destroyers. And 2 double 4-inchers. As well as 2 quintuple 4-inchers. So long as I keep at range with my DD line, I should be fine. Then over here, we can find an invisible light cruiser, which is packing 12 6-inch guns, as well as a bunch of 2s and 3s. Oh, that's another heavy cruiser, and here is a destroyer. Good grief, sir. That's a lot of torpedoes you got there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedo launchers. I think they're quads. Pause for a second. Yeah, they're quads. So that's 16 torpedo launchers that they can fire almost simultaneously. It'll depend on the angle. That is not great. Putting it mildly. That is not great. They have the advantage for torpedoes. I hope that my turning circle as well as my torpedo detection is going to help. This angle, we have a decent chance to go right through deck armor. So let's try and do that. And ideally, I would actually engage a heavy cruiser, but they're not in range. This light cruiser... Oh, sorry, it's a DD. It's not a light cruiser. Considering that it is a DD, switch the entire div over and do not use torpedoes unless directed so. Let's see if I can get an early kill on the destroyer, because that would take 16 torpedo launchers out of this fight. The light cruisers, I am hesitant to throw into the fight because they're very, very thin-skinned. Almost no armor to speak of. Could be a big security risk for them. The DDs are approaching to about 10 clicks. It's a bit too close. I'm going to turn starboard and then turn back to port. And I'm going to go with a normal formation, if you please. Range, the destroyer, 13 clicks. But with a decently trained crew, we actually have some chance to hit them. There we go. Several hits, in fact. Oh, are we going to get it? Oh, hold on. I think my destroyers are under fire. Yep, they are. Smoke up, gentlemen. You got a few bulkheads. It makes you particularly susceptible to getting flooded, much like your French counterpart over there. New plan for the lights. I want you guys to push in a little closer, because these DDs of theirs are running ahead. And that's a nice opportunity. Speaking of a nice opportunity, look at that. Look at that. That is one beautifully small group of units. Unfortunately, my 6-inch guns can hit out to 12. And you are not in 12-kilometer range. Alright. Kill it before it lays eggs. this lowly DD. More flooding. There we go. The other one's also taken some hits. That's... Ooh, destroy the main gun. There we go. 1 DD down. Plenty more to go. Are you a heavy cruiser or a light cruiser? You're a light cruiser. Understood. Ah, the Voiture. A fast French destroyer, which seemingly got her bow blown off. Or at least flooded. And these torpedo launchers can head out of 15 kilometers. They seem to be pretty standard. And they're fortunately more detectable than they normally would be if they were stealthy torps. So that's excellent. That is excellent. Range to the enemy fleet. Too far away, especially the bigger ships. Even if I were to launch, the chance that I'm not going to get a torpedo in because it gets detected is serious. So we can get a nice shot of you. Not bad. I do need to turn more broadside of these ships. Because currently they're not able to bring all those guns to bear. Like I said, the stern guns need more work. Status? Huh. Oh, well, they did try to torp my destroyers, apparently. Yeah, all DDs focus fire on the Voiture if you have the range. And this is the Émile Bertin. A pretty fast light cruiser with almost no armor. Cramped quarters. Trained crew. Can we pen that frontally? Yes. Ricochet chance is high, however. Do you carry torpedoes at all? You do. How bad? Bow and stern. Oh, that's not too bad. I can survive that. Alright, light cruisers. We still have the Voiture inside of her smokescreen. We got the Tonkinois also in her smokescreen, but seemingly pretty slow. And then the heavy cruisers are still lagging behind. This is not too bad. I can make this work. Secondaries are going off. Come on. Take a shot. No, the bow guns are loaded. There we go. That's what I wanted to capture. Émile Bertin. Standard bulkheads. Not too bad, but if you're coming under fire from no fewer than 4 heavy cruisers, then those bulkheads might prove insufficient. The light cruisers here engaging the DD there. No, you're going to engage this DD. Torpedo spotted. So long as these guys serve as a distraction, I'm perfectly fine. The challenge will be to try and keep them safe. Because there are a lot of torpedoes coming this way. Especially if these guys are really making an effort. Alright, I want you to start launching your torps against the Henri XIV. Sorry, not 14. Henri IV. Henry IV. Can we get a decent launch? Ooh. At least the Bertin is burning up. I'm gonna let the AI select the ammunition for my heavy cruisers. These torps shouldn't be that much of an issue. But I still don't really trust them. Let's just start throwing torpedoes around liberally, shall we? Because at this rate, the DDs are not going to be here for long. And I would like to get some use out of them. Aggressive launch. Ideally, I would just completely humiliate the French and not lose a single ship. But I'm not sure if that's possible, because this DD is going down. Yeah. Alright, you, fall back, fall back. Fall back. Wait for another torpedo attack. Émile Bertin. almost sinking. But I'm more concerned about the torpedoes that are heading this way. And that way. What are their heavy cruisers doing? Oh, they're targeting a DD. Dummy. Don't do that. Alright. Heavy cruisers, pay attention. We're going to launch torpedoes against every heavy cruiser in their fleet. And considering that the engagement ranges are pretty similar, and torpedo launchers on the starboard side should be in a decent firing arc, we can send out a nice salvo with all launchers. No, I don't need you to turn. I just need you to torp. Can we pen those heavy cruisers? Not very well. Ooh, the Tonkinois going down. Well done. Main guns, all heavy cruisers, target the Henri. Leave the Vautour to the light cruisers. Yeah, they're 9 clicks out. They're not that much of a threat. I'm going to pull the light cruisers back a little bit before the heavy cruisers decide to terminate them. And over here, we are fine. No torpedoes around. No, we're fine. Oh, these DDs only have enough ammo for 1 launch. That's good. Torpedoes away, 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 and more away. Good, that should keep the heavy cruisers busy. The heavy cruisers, which are already changing direction. Tonkinois detected torps. Probably those from the light cruisers then. Vautour is down. The Descartes just launched torpedoes against one of my heavies. Rude, but expected. I think this is going to be pretty one-sided. The way the French are playing, they are in for a pretty rough time here. Put the 4-inch guns on the Descartes. Try and get rid of her. These heavy cruisers do have torpedoes, but it seems like they're not that numerous. No, they're short range. No, not short range, but they're single launchers. Which is something that I should see coming. Okay. Yeah, let's pull the DDs back. Oh, you guys almost did get torped there. Normally, I would probably have the D2 join the light cruiser group, but I simply don't trust them. I don't trust the heavy cruisers and the light cruisers, basically any group, not to mess up the formation. Okay, here come the torps. If the Siegert gets hit by one of those, she's in trouble. But she has anti-torp 5. Okay, she might not be that much in trouble. And how good is your ability to detect? Sonar 3, turning circle 386. Oh, you'll be perfectly fine. These torpedoes are somewhat difficult to spot at -75. But still, I'm very much expecting these things to be completely nullified by the heavy cruisers and their detection ability. There. Henri detected the torps. And immediately everybody else panics. Which is kind of what I wanted. Because this way they are not going to be a threat. All heavies, engage the Descartes. We are very short-ranged. Oh, these poor French ships. Normally, these would be fantastic destroyer killers. And especially the heavies with all of those 2-inch guns. But 2-inch guns. Oh, we actually hit one. The 2-inch guns are just too short range to be useful. Wow, we hit another one. That was unexpected. Can these things even do damage? Because I might have up-armored these a bit too much. My bad. Full side profile? No, they cannot pen anything. That's with 8-inch guns. What are you firing? Heavy shells. Could have fooled me. Oh, but you can't torpedo me. Shit, I wasn't paying attention to that. Sabenico, break formation. Pull out of the formation. I need you to stay safe. Siegert, Henri, they have all taken some pretty decent damage. And both the Ambuscade and the Braugh have lost their fire control. Jeez, you guys are particularly unlucky. Kaiser Franz has also lost fire control. Okay. What's your torpedo range again? 12? Yeah, 12. Okay. Here we go. That should do it. Damage done. 14k. Damage taken. A little under 3. I just don't know when the Orage has launched her torpedoes, but... Oh, just now. Okay. I need the Franz to drop out of formation. I need you to turn hard to starboard with the Leoben, which is also going to go single. Because otherwise I cannot pull these ships away from this torpedo disaster fast enough. Get those secondaries to kill off the Orage, even though she's no longer an active threat. And use every other gun to deal with the heavy cruisers, which we can't properly pen. That's annoying. There we go. We can set fires to them though. There's the torpedo attack. My torpedo should be getting here soon-ish. Oh, good lord. I didn't pay attention to the light cruisers. Detach. Bosna starboard. Join the light cruiser. And there. Okay, good. I am presenting myself as one big target here. That's dangerous. Torps off. Torps off. Good. Keep pushing against the French. Keep getting rid of them. Put the main guns on the Orage for a second. There you go. That ought to do it. Because this is one unhappy destroyer. And a dead one. Alright, how are their heavies? They seem to be in pretty poor shape. Bad, bad, bad. Perfectly healthy. Okay. So we need to have a chat with the Braugh then. %51% chance to pen. Now we're getting somewhere. And in reverse, 7. It is so easy to create a ship against the AI that is just almost invincible. That's annoying. Don't do that. What? You were perfectly healthy a moment ago. And then you got hit by 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedoes. Well done, light cruisers. Well done. I didn't think you'd have it in you, but you actually sunk a heavy cruiser. Well done. Starboard launcher on the Henri should be fine. So if I can get a shot on the Henri and I don't actually get... Actually, no, we're going to target the Siegert. Sorry, the Siegert. Because if I can hit that one and the Henri gets in the way, she's going to be in trouble. Damage done, 22k. This is so one-sided. Destroyed main tower. Well, there goes your damage control ability. Henri is doing a full spin. Siegert is getting some massive focus fire. She's gone. go. We should be fine. Here comes the Kaiser. Nice try on the Torp. Ambuscade is down. Hit, hit, hit. Engines are down. Oh, this is just a little bit of cruelty here. I need the AI to really up their game, build better ships. And not just for their fleet, for my fleet as well. Because these light cruisers just sneeze at them and they take damage. The way that these things were built, if I had had to rely upon those, it would have been a problem. What are you even doing down there, Billy Cruz? Have you even pitched in at all? You have. Okay, my bad. Yep, 28,000 damage done. Less than 4,000 taken, and the last French ship looks to be going down. I hope that this sends a message to the snail eaters that it is not a good idea to challenge the Osean Navy. Apologies if I'm consistently pronouncing Osean wrong, but hey, it's I'm not too familiar with the franchise. I mean, I know of it. I played some of the Ace Combat games. But what mission did I get stuck on for the last Ace Combat? I think that was the refinery one. For those of you not knowing Ace Combat, it's a fighter game in the sense that you play aircraft. And there is this mission where you have to do an attack on a refinery. You have to do that within a certain amount of time. And after you've done the attack on the refinery, a number of fuel trucks escape, but you have to chase them down in a sandstorm, which means you cannot properly spot them. You can only spot them from very, very, very short distance. And as you're doing that, well, of course, you also get hunted, and you only have a set amount of time to do it. So that's something I got completely stuck on. At any rate, it looks like the French are completely outclassed by my navy. And sure enough, the Sebenico took a torpedo hit, but even she is operating very well. And this is not extremely heavily torpedo protected. This is anti-torp 3. For reference, their heavy cruisers had anti-torp 5, and they died very swiftly to torpedoes launched by my light cruiser, which were 22-inch torps. But it wasn't so much the anti-torpedo protection that failed them, it was the lack of bulkheads. A feature that I would love to see in this game is your ability to set, let's say, a budget for both my fleet and their fleet. You can only build heavy cruisers out to a price of, I don't know, 20, 25 million, something like that. Anyway, job done. Mission complete. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the slightly changed way that I did the intro with the backstory and the ship moving. I'm constantly trying to experiment with content, make it better, make it more enjoyable. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more videos.